Could everyone please take their seats as we get ready to begin? Good morning. I'm Ed Basso, superintendent here at Perkins School for the Blind. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees and our entire school community, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 137th commencement ceremonies of the Perkins School for the Blind. And now it is my honor to introduce to you the class of 2017. William Anthony White IV. David Michael Pensinger. James Charles Hauser. Samuel G. Mac McConnell. Nicholas Jordan Clayman. Ronan Sam Young. Natalie Geneva Keir. Omar Joma. Thomas Milton Pelletier. Robert William Evans IV. Timothy William Linsky. Sinead Maggie Thrain. Aiden Joseph Stott. Benjamin Fletcher Light. Kendra Dawn Hammer. Paige Marie Nason. Cullen James Gallagher. Nikolai Friend. Erica Alexis Long. Katriana Marie Wilk. Bronwyn Mary Tedesco. Jonathan Craig Gardner, Jr. Isabella Savannah Scott. And Brian Patrick McCauley. It's now my pleasure to... It is now my pleasure to welcome Omar Joma to share some welcome remarks.
Yeah. Well, good morning, everybody. I'd like to welcome you all here today to our graduation. Thank you to our teachers and Perkins staff for all you have done to get us here. I would especially like to thank our families for their never-ending support. And without further ado, I'd like to ask everyone to please rise in singing the Star Spangled Banner. So enjoy the show. Take it away.
deepest gratitude to the parents and families of the graduates. Your children have presented us with challenge. Those challenges have built character. They have been our teachers as well as learners. They have been successful in ways that perhaps we never dreamed, and thus will keep us seeking new adventures. They have taught us about the courage and strength, often necessary to learn from difficult experiences as well as from successes. We thank you for allowing us the privilege and for trusting us to educate these fine graduates, and hope that we have served both the students and you well. And now to the graduates, the Perkins class of 2017, a diverse and beautiful class. I think we will be talking about them for years to come. Although our time together has been relatively short, please know, graduates, that I've learned much from you. We're all very proud of each of you and your accomplishments, both big and small. I want to personally thank each of you for your contributions to Perkins. We have certainly been enriched by the gifts that you have given to us. As I thank you today, I in turn ask you to always be grateful. Because showing gratitude is one of the simplest yet most powerful things we can do for each other as human beings. In reality, you probably won't remember much of what is being said to you today. But as you continue your journey, I want you to remember that you are forever a part of Perkins. Forever. You will face many challenges. Some will be very difficult. But the choice is always yours. Make good choices. And remember, the challenges you face are simply your opportunities. As Martin Luther King said, the ultimate measure of a person is not where you stand in moments of comfort and convenience, but where you stand at times of challenge and controversy. Know that at any moment you have the power to say, this is not how my story is going to end. You can change it. No one can go back and change the past, but as Abraham Lincoln said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. So leave Perkins today, go out and change the way the world sees you. Show the world all that you can do. Indeed, create a blind new world. Be happy, dream big. Class of 2017, we want you to know that because of each of you have been part of our story here and touched our lives, we are forever changed. Now a new beginning awaits you, and I wish you the very best. I now invite our President, Dave Power, back to the podium to introduce our graduation speaker.
Me again. Ever so briefly. But I'm here because it's a great honor for me to introduce Robert DeLeo, the Speaker of the Massachusetts House of Representatives. I want to tell you how I met Speaker DeLeo. Years before I had the role leading Perkins, in fact, in 2009, in the middle of the financial crisis, and in the year that Speaker DeLeo became the Speaker of the House, I reached out to him as a parent concerned about state funding for programs for young adults who are deafblind. And the Speaker took me to lunch. And at a place that doesn't exist anymore, it's the Maison Robert was the name of the restaurant. And I was all ready to tell him all the lobbying things that one says, and the Speaker looked at me and he said, tell me about your son. Speaker DeLeo is truly, a man of the people in Massachusetts, and we're lucky to have him. For those of you who wonder about what a speaker does, the role of the speaker is to set the agenda for the state of Massachusetts, and Speaker DeLeo has set a very clear agenda around job creation, innovation, and education. He is no stranger to Perkins. He's been here many times, and he's well known as a big supporter of special education in Massachusetts. Janet Lebrecht, who was a Perkins graduate and at one time was the commissioner of the Massachusetts Commission for the Blind, described Speaker DeLeo as never afraid to engage. And I think that's one of the qualities that makes him a great leader. Speaker DeLeo.
President Power, thank you so much for that kind introduction. To you, Chair Grossbeck, Superintendent Basso, thank you so much for the honor of having me here today. I have to tell you, first of all, I've never seen such a wonderful grand entrance at any graduation as I saw it today. I also want to sincerely thank Michelle McGee and Dennis Kearney, who I think may have played some small part in my being here today. Not only are you great advocates on behalf of the students here at Perkins School, but it is something I know which you care deeply about. It's not only a job to you, it's an avocation for you as well. And I have to congratulate both of you and thank you both for your hard work on behalf of the students here at Perkins School. Thank you both very much. And a special also thanks to Marilyn, whoever Marilyn may be. Marilyn sent me more emails informing me what to do, where to be, and everything else. Thank you so much, Marilyn. But it's a privilege to join you here today, the teachers, the faculty, parents, grandparents, mentors, and coaches. Most of all, the students, congratulations. Today is your day, and I hope you enjoy every minute of it. I'm sure that over the last few weeks you've had ample opportunities to reflect on your accomplishments, as well as the challenges that you have faced and your willingness to meet those challenges. In preparing this speech, I found myself doing the same, because I considered this being one of the greatest moments in my role as speaker, quite frankly, to have the opportunity to address each of you here today. I was overcome with one thought: fighting for inclusion and advocating on behalf of those with disabilities has been the honor of my life. The advocates and the educators I have worked with, many of whom are here in this room, are the embodiment of compassion and commitment. But it is the young people like yourselves from whom I have learned the most. You've selflessly shared your stories as well as your hopes. I have gained a stronger sense of determination from each and every one of you. You have articulated a purpose beyond your years, and along with that strong sense of self, I believe that Perkins has endowed in you a firm sense of duty. In reflecting on our shared ideals and goals, I also want to talk about responsibility. As you move on to the next phase of your life, you'll come to recognize the unique and valuable perspective you've gained here at Perkins. Be proud today as we celebrate your successes. However, be particularly proud of the important role your school plays in history, and do your best to live up to that legacy. Last year, I visited Allison Hawes' classroom, where she was teaching two students. One was working on reading and one was working on computer technology. I was impressed by both Zach and Carolyn, as I saw two students working side by side on different subjects. It occurred to me what a beneficial and special situation that was. Although they weren't studying the same material, they were learning by virtue of physically being in the same room. They were discovering that everyone learns in a different way, something that many of us realize, unfortunately, a little bit late in life. And they were discovering that people work at different paces and contribute in different ways. I think many people my age agree. Those were concepts that I didn't fully appreciate until after college, when I was in the workplace. Let me say this. You have had to work harder than your peers, and you've become stronger and savvier because of that. I think that's worth repeating. You have worked harder than your peers, and you've become stronger and savvier because of that. I recently learned on a panel at MIT with former Google CEO Eric Schmidt. By the way, Google is something I have no idea how to do. And I'm sure you're laughing because you're so far ahead of me. I understand that. And we discussed the needs of building a more inclusive economy. And every speaker that day stressed the importance of critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, and collaboration. You have unique backgrounds, perspectives, and skill sets. And because of that, you have an incredible opportunity to shape the future. With that opportunity, though, comes duty. So I have a wish for you and a request from you. It is my hope that you will take that experience and use them to fight for those who may not have your resilience or your wisdom. And while each Perkins student has something in common, you each have singular gifts that will serve your individual communities, whether it's at a university, an office, or in your hometown. And it could be through public service. I think of Robert Evans, who visited the State House a few months ago. He told my staff about working with his family to make his downtown of Dennisport safer and more accessible. When Robert spoke about the need for better crosswalks, he gave a voice not only to Cape residents, but also those who visit, ultimately making Dennisport a more welcoming place. Or it could be through education. I was wowed when I found out that Perkins hosted a symposium at the United Nations this week titled Education is a Human Right. Perkins is a model for educational institutions around the globe. In your effort to train 1 million teachers around the world, you will not only improve the lives of innumerable students, you will help change widely held misconceptions and reshape the way that we think about equality and learning. Or it could be through business. In the House, we focused on big data because we believe that Massachusetts is uniquely positioned for greatness in this industry. Our state's strongest assets, brainpower and ingenuity, will unlock discoveries that will make the world more inclusive and more just. With this in mind, I was delighted and not surprised to learn that Perkins has made a name for itself in the big data industry as well. Think about that your school is competing with institutions like Harvard and MIT. And by the way, Harvard and MIT are fairly well-known schools, but they're really for the students who couldn't get into Northeastern. Sorry, Dennis. More importantly, you are creating a product for the public good. Please accept my congratulations on your Google Impact Grant and my thanks for your civic-mindedness in creating the Blindways app. And apps are something else that I don't do, by the way. But your work, each and every one of you, your work, all of those you here today, is a point of pride for Massachusetts. In closing, I just want to mention a quote from the Perkins employee James Gleason, because I think it sums up what we've been talking about. Leveraging your experience to serve others. In marking the 25th anniversary of the American with Disabilities Act, Mr. Gleason wrote that the ADA has allowed him to show others, and I quote, what is possible. He said, the expectation of the ADA is that while those services are meant to serve the individual, they are also a means of enabling the individual to serve many. Every educator that I have met here embodies that ideal. I'm sure that through their words and actions, the same ideal has been instilled in each of you. No matter where the next part of your journey brings you, you will meet people who will look to you as an example because you attended Perkins. Today, revel in all of your accomplishments. Tomorrow, and each and every day after that, hold that feeling in your heart as you work to effect positive change. I know that each and every one of you will do and are going to do extraordinary things. Congratulations to the class of 2017.
Thank you, Speaker Leader, for those incredible words of wisdom for our graduates. And now it's my pleasure to introduce to you the chamber singers who will perform What the World Needs Now is Love. Now I'd like to introduce Martha Majors, Education Director for the Deafblind Program, and Pat McCall, Education Director for the Secondary Program. Pat and Martha will present the winners of our annual scholarship awards.
The speaker stole my notes. Good morning. The Shirley Drucker Award for Essay is awarded to the student who has produced the best essay. The recipients of this award this year are Kendra Hammer and Ronan Young.
The Gertrude Stenquist Sinclair Award, awarded to the student from the Deafblind Program who best exemplifies the core qualities of good citizenship, such as being kind, helpful, productive, cooperative, and honest. The recipient of this award is Timothy William Linsky.
The Robert J. Gigi Award for Reading is awarded to the student who has enjoyed reading and has demonstrated this by reading many books. This year's recipient is Anisia Emildia.
The W.J. Waterhouse Award is awarded to the student who best embodies Dr. Waterhouse's personal qualities, such as zest for life, spirit of commitment to doing any job well, and an ability to go through life with dignity and grace. The recipient of this award is Sinead Maggie Duran.
The Karen Ringvall Home Economics Award is awarded to the student who has shown persistent effort and continual growth in independent living skills. This year's recipient is Omar Jomar. The Marcy Scott Award for Social Skills and Leadership is awarded to the student who has developed the characteristics of a good leader and has demonstrated growth in leadership skills. This year's recipient is Paige Nason. The Marcy Scott Award for Mobility Skills is awarded to the student who has developed good mobility skills and used these skills to travel independently in the community. This year's recipient is Kendra Hammer. The Betty Kazanjian Award for Singing is awarded to the student who has demonstrated good vocal skills, significant interest in singing, and the desire to continue voice training. This year's recipient is Isabella Scott. The Elaine Phillips Award for Math is awarded to the student who has demonstrated consistent effort, persevered through difficulties, and accepted mistakes as learning opportunities. This year's recipient is Shay Kelly.
The Rose Vivian Award is awarded to the student from the Deafblind program who best reflects Mrs. Vivian's vision of development of communication as an integral skill. The recipient of this award is Katriana Marie Wilk. The next award, the Michael T. Collins Award for Special Achievement, awarded to the student from the Deafblind program who has demonstrated extraordinary effort and triumph throughout the year. The recipient of this award is Erica Alexis Long.
The Reginald Fitz Award is awarded to the student with the highest grade point average. This year's recipient is Isabella Scott. The Carl H. Waddell Memorial Prize for Girls Athletics is awarded to the student who has shown effort, improvement, achievement, and enthusiasm in physical education. This year's recipient is Paige Nason. The Terry Warner Awards is given in memory of our teacher, Terry Warner, to a student who has been creative, enthusiastic participant in art classes, theater arts, or the Museum of Fine Arts program, and has been a caring, supportive friend who motivates others to achieve their goals. This year's recipient is Aiden Stott. The Samuel P. Hayes Memorial Prize for Music is awarded to the student involved in various musical activities who has contributed significantly to the Perkins musical program. The recipients this year are Mikolai Friend and Colin Gallagher.
It is now my great honor and pleasure to present the Distinguished Alumni Award. This award will go to Mr. Dave Baharian, Perkins class of 1967. Dave, you can remain where you are. Dave was a student at Perkins from September of 1952 when he entered kindergarten until he graduated in 1967. His contributions extend not only to the Perkins Alumni Association, but to the Perkins School for the Blind. Dave can often be found at many of our events playing the organ, whether it be a student event or an alumni event. He's involved in the alumni radio program as well. Most importantly, Dave exemplifies what we all want in all of our alumni. He is kind, compassionate, and he is always and forever loyal to his alma mater, Perkins School for the Blind. Congratulations, Dave. And now you are going to have the great honor of listening to our graduation speaker from our secondary program, Bronwyn Tedesco.
Good morning, and thank you all for celebrating this significant milestone with us. Today, we stride into the real world. This is not the end, but a new beginning. Before we enter the world, though, I would like to thank Perkins for everything they have done. I would like to thank all the teachers, staff, and counselors for their undying support and preparation toward this huge next step. I would also like to thank my friends for all the good times. These past years have been full of life-changing experiences. I sang the national anthem with the chorus at the Celtics game twice, hosted at the gala, I became CPR certified, and if I kept going, we would probably be here all day. Sure, I had my days when I said, "Menu planning again? Another night of laundry? This is annoying." But this is what it means when people say life is full of ups and downs. Whether some go to college or have a job, there will always be possibility and happiness. But there will always be challenges too. No matter what, taking initiative is the key. If you don't, nothing will happen. It is all up to you to get the ball rolling in your life. Independence is a great thing too, but it's okay to let people help you sometimes. Not too long ago, it was snowing like crazy. I had trouble getting to the Howe building from Chaos Cottage, and I did not understand my confusion then because I did this route every single day. I spent at least 5 minutes shivering, going back to where I started a couple of times, then ending up in the same place, stuck, not able to find the sidewalk I needed. After someone tried pointing me in the right direction and I was still confused, she flagged down one of the KS staff walking by. At that point, I was embarrassed. I was even more embarrassed when she gave me sighted guide to the Howe building. That was the day I realized it's okay to ask for help sometimes. So the next time I got stuck in the snow, I told myself that and made the call. After graduation, I will attend Lesley University to become a middle school English teacher. My goal is not only to prepare my future students for high school, but their lives ahead and share my passion for learning. There will be challenges, but I know that this is what I want to do and I will push through it. I will not give up, and nobody should. There will be challenges, there will be doubters, but there will always be people behind you. Perkins will always be behind you. And parents, quit worrying so much and take a step back. This is our time to shine. Again, thank you to Perkins and my family and friends who have believed in me and watched me come this far. Now, we will watch the future unfold. Remember, look forward and not back. And if you do look back, only for the memories. Live life with no regrets. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Bronwyn. Amazing. Thank you so much. Well, now's the moment that the graduates have been waiting for, and perhaps all of you have been waiting for. It's time for us to present diplomas and certificates. I ask at this time Corinne Grossbeck, Board Chair, to join me here to award those diplomas and certificates. Additionally, a few students will be presented diplomas from the home districts, and I will call those people to the podium at that time. Oh, sure. And the speaker will join us. Awesome. James Charles Hauser. David Michael Pensinger. Natalie Geneva Keir. Thomas Milton Pelletier. Omar Joma. Aiden Joseph Stott. Benjamin Fletcher Light. William Anthony White IV. Kendra Dawn Hammer. Paige Marie Nason. And now I would ask Catherine Carey, Special Ed Director in Quincy, Massachusetts, to join us on the stage as we award Cullen James Gallagher. Nikolai Friend. Hey, Nikolai. Now I would ask Dr. Kimberly Carson, Special Ed Director from Kingston, Rhode Island, as we award Bronwyn Mary Tedesco. Jonathan Craig Gardner, Jr. John Gardner. And now I would ask Julie Fogel, out of District Coordinator from Canton, Massachusetts, to come up as we present Isabella Savannah Scott. Brian Patrick Macaulay. BMAC. Patira Rebecca Anderson. Robert William Evans IV. Only Robert Evans. Samuel G. McConnell, Jr. Nicholas Jordan Clayman. Ronan Sam Young. Timothy William Linsky. Sinead Maggie Durain. Erica Alexis Long. Catriona Marie Wilk. The amazing class of 2017. All students, please stand. All graduates, please stand. In a moment, the students will process out, and they'll head to the museum, and they each have an area where you can greet our graduates. But first, we have one more important task. Graduates, please move your tassels from the right side to the left side of your cap. I now present to you the Perkins School for the Blind graduating class of 2017.